segment that featured that, where he got drugged and just started dancing the whole thing. It was really great. All right. For those unfamiliar, this is X-Men Mutant Apocalypse, developed by a team mostly comprised of the Mega Man X team for the SNES. Borrows a lot of the sound design, a lot of the sprite work, colors, backgrounds, all that good stuff. Music sounds very, very similar. In fact, I get to hear that a lot. It's side-scrolling beat 'em up, but we'll get into the exact mechanics of it here in just a moment. The time will start as soon as I hit on mission mode. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And another match start the video game where you have to master all these cutscenes. Start off with my typical start of LRock. Now, one thing unique about this beat 'em up that I haven't seen too many others on this system is that a lot of moves that you can do feature Street Fighter style inputs, fighting game type inputs, you know, Hadouken motions, Dragon Punch motions, even some Mortal Kombat stuff like forward, which we're going to exhibit here with LRock. Forward Y is her slide. It's her primary form of mobility. She can slide much faster than she walks.
You'll see a lot of this slide.
See a lot of this knee too. This knee is completely invincible, has a very wide hitbox, kills most enemies in one hit. As you see here. That was unfortunate. LRock's move list is so big that she suffers from overlapping inputs quite a bit. Like sometimes you want to do a psychic knife and you get a knee instead. Slides sometimes. Sometimes you just get a jab because the game decides to be a jerk. For here though, it's just typical beat 'em up stuff. We're just gonna do some enemy grouping. Take out this guy. Let this guy walk in. Get them over there. Okay, pretty solid there. Want a knee, but that's okay. These guys are a little bit tougher. Please stand. So for here, we're going to move on to our first mid-boss, which is, you can manipulate him somewhat, but sometimes he's just not having it. You want to stand right about here and time your invincible attacks to go through his, and he decided to be a jerk and fly off the screen. Can't do much about that. Doing it again. This guy is just not having anything today. And we got trades there. Great. Wow, this guy is just... Haven't seen that kind of pattern in a while, so that was pretty unlucky. We'll move on to the end here. Floor is collapsing. Since we're running away from it, nobody gets to see that, so we're just going to move along here. One last section before our boss. It's actually a fairly short stage, only about 2 minutes or so. A couple of knife guys, saw invincible through that. Move along. Another bit of RNG here. This boss here. There's only one attack he can really truly manipulate, and that's his eye laser, but you only do that by staying away from him, and you don't ever want him to do that, because it does really good damage. It's really annoying.
We want him to
So
stay,
just...
yeah, we want him to stay very close to the platform so we can kill him faster. And there you go.
Got there. Cool. Another thing he can do that Taco didn't mention along with that, he can move to the back, or as I call it, the back of the bus, and he just completely avoids a large majority of attacks that you would do.
Yep.
Very frustrating. Because you can't hit him with anything from back there, and he gets to throw grenades and zone you and laser. And he just gets to act up as he pleases. Similar to LRock's slide, here with Gambit we have the forward-moving scissor kick, a la M. Bison. Just a lot easier to do. You just hold up and tap Y, and you can just do it ad nauseum. Bit of a climb here to start the stage before we get to the mini-boss, which is basically an elevator. We got a quick jump trick here. Got punched. Mistimed it a little bit. Sometimes global timer.
Well, at least you got it there, right?
Yep. This is actually one of the scariest parts of the run here, is this little platforming bit we're going to do here. Even slightly off, you can get hit by one of those bombs and trade and you just die. Because it just knocks you in the hole and it's bad. Move along to the elevator. Actual mini-boss. Of course, you can't have a beat 'em up without an elevator section.
Alright.
Proven. Every section just has different patterns of enemies. They're pretty much all the same, but you just have to deal with them in different ways because of how they can enter and how they can mess around with you. Where it's going to get real interesting is the bottom floor. In fact, we're going to take one hit here. We're going to blow up that canister. Kill that guy. Let this guy spawn. That's going to kill all of them as soon as he gets off the elevator. Good timing there. This is actually one of the scarier fights, is this brute here, because you have to time this. Okay, good kill.
Nice.
Move on to our boss, who this boss is so out of place in a beat 'em up. It's a Contra boss. It's just a helicopter that fires lasers at you, and it does them in random intervals and random patterns. And all you have to do is take out the cannons before it kills you, which isn't hard. It's just, as a speedrun, it drains time because of the said randomness. If the cannon you're going after fires right before you can, you have to get out of the way, and it just loses time. Oh, hey, got some good luck there. None of them decided to fire. Sometimes you get really lucky. 2 in a row. Ah, we almost had it. Almost had it. Then we gotta take down the helicopter.
Yep.
And somehow...
Okay.
Game is gonna take over without actually touching the helicopter. Just telepathically lifts it, I suppose. Telekinetically lifts it.
You got some new powers.
Right.
Yeah.
next level mutation.
Yeah.
Moving on to Senior Logan. Everyone say hi to my friend Raul. He's about to get clipped. Hi, Raul. Goodbye, Raul.
All right.
We're gonna jump over our friend Eric with a Q. Dragon punch this guy, take out the guy on the ledge. Eric came back, brought a friend. He can get sliced. Ah, he jumped. You don't ever want him to jump. Drains time. This is actually my favorite stage in the game. It has just all kinds of cool things. It has really good combat. It has this interesting climb. Very Ninja Gaiden style. Move over here. No hits.
Good climb.
Thank you. Mini boss who seems threatening, but he takes so much damage from his claw dash that he's really not going to be that much of a threat. Plus Dragon Punch invincibles through that. Ah, we missed a hit. No big deal. Get up and kill him. The key there is you want the last hit of the claw dash to connect with him because it does the most damage. If it doesn't, then something like that may happen. You just miss out on damage on the pattern and just get clipped. Not a huge deal though. We'll go move on. Take out this guy, get him out of our way. He's no longer a problem. Dive into our boss, which is another sentinel. This one, his only weak spot is the head, so all you're doing is you're going to dive because you have these enemies that come in. It also does the most damage. It only takes 8 of these to take him out. So the fact that it option selects to take out anything in your path is also pretty sweet. And it'll do that. Clipped the pink eye. Moving on. To my least favorite of the starting stages. It's something Mechanic didn't go over. For the first 5 stages, you have to treat it like Mega Man in that you have to play through all the stages. You can do it in any order. Doesn't matter which. You just have to complete them all before you can proceed to the rest of the game, where you can start picking any character at any stage. So Beast, here we have here, is easily the best character in the game. He does the most damage. He's the only character with an infinite. Headbutt's going to be the move you're going to see the most often. Can it hit twice at point blank range? It does double damage of what a headbutt would normally do. You're not going to see it against these guys because these guys die in one headbutt. Oh, we missed that. Tried to jab before that, just like that. Just dropped it. Here we have this mini boss. Our goal here is to one cycle this guy. It's a little hard to do.
His jumping punch is the infinite. It's very good.
Yep. Missed it there. Slightly missed cycle there. No big deal. Just kill him there. The idea is you want to get in one more cycle there, which the game ate my jump input and did a ground jab instead. Had to improvise. Move along past this guy. As you can see, headbutt is not only your most powerful move, it's also your primary form of movement. You just have to be really careful about how you use it because unlike LRock617 slide, it doesn't go through enemies, it bounces off walls. Or it bounces off enemies and bounces back, which costs you some movement. For the boss, it's a trio of sentinels that all behave exactly the same. They all die to the same combo, which you're going to see right here. There's your 2-hit headbutt that does all that damage. Off to the side. Good fight. Air guitar pose. Close it out. Willy wow. Mush. And for any of you Cyclops fans out there, I apologize because we're never going to see him again after this. He's easily the worst character in the game.
Cyclops is fans?
Right.
Oh.
I'm being
There
somewhat
are
modest
dozens of
here.
us.
You're gonna see a lot of jumping here. Cyclops' stage is pretty much how far you can jump through the game. In fact, the task features all frame perfect jumps, but I'm no robot, so gonna slide down these ledges. Reason we jump, it actually scrolls the screen a bit faster. See, it's scrolled to the mini boss a little bit faster than just walking would have done. We're gonna have these hover bikes. They're gonna take all these blasts, and you would think he'd be a better character because he has this powerful optic blast that you can, kill everything in one hit at far ranges, but he just has no movement. His movement is jumping. Pretty bad. He has that slide, but that move is horrible for movement. All right, took out 5 in a row there. Action movie scene coming up. Take out the bridge. And in true Castlevania fashion, lands on his knees and still is able to keep walking. No big deal. Cushy swamp water, I suppose. It's like a pillow. I always make this joke that when he's dashing through this level, he just gets to... Looks like he's going to Disney World because he's jumping and pumping his fist, and he's so excited. Look at him. He's so happy just to be going his way through the stage. Come on, game. Don't do that to me. I need that.
Alright.
Move on to the train.
This is the hardest boss fight in the entire game.
Truth. Remaining quiet time.
Got it. Right.
Throw your legs up in the air. That boss fight actually is really, it's really convoluted, even though it doesn't look like it. You want to kill it as quickly as possible because the longer the fight goes, the longer it takes the train to stop, so you just lose more time of it going. And it can attack back, and all kinds of bad things can happen.
You have a moment for some...
Absolutely. Go right ahead.
Okay, I'd like to thank Apollo 22237, who donated $4.10.
What's up, Apollo? How you doing, man?
Decided to donate based on when Gambit gets on the boat. Good luck on the run, LRock. Beast Legion!
Beast Legion, trademarked by Stunt Coyote.
And
He's another runner for this game.
And then we also have Cosmic the Dolphin. Reminder that it is only a real X-Men game. If you play as Nightcrawler, do play as him. So I have no idea why we took this not real X-Men game. Barris Quest.
True Genesis fan to the end, that Cosmic. Nightcrawler is the best character in both X-Men Genesis games. So we were able to slide through the Brood stage, and now we're going to have to fight the boss. This is probably my least favorite boss fight in the entire game. There's just so much that can go wrong here. It's all random. Lots of things are already gone wrong because we've been hit 3 times. The reason it's random is these brood mites that flash in off the stage. They dive in at random intervals, and you really don't want them to be that random. We're going to try and kill it off screen. I don't think it's going to work. Okay, get it off. Okay.
Awesome.
That was actually a pretty good backup strat. So the reason this fight is miserable is because you want to kill it as far off screen as possible because you're going to see her fade off to the right, and then the screen transitions. If you kill her completely off screen, it takes like no time at all. So from here on, it's just Beast the game. Here to tell everybody. As I mentioned, he's easily the best character, and there's no reason to play him in the Brood stage because he's not that fast. But from here, we have a bunch of really absurd boss fights, and he's easily the best for all of them. Starting with this stage, which is basically just a boss fight, except we have this short section with some Fleemen. That guy threw 2 bombs. What horrible luck. This stage is actually very scary. If things go wrong, I can die. Start off with a trade. That's good. We want that because that gives us iframes. We don't want that, though. That sucked. Okay, so you get jab, headbutt, and you get like a lot of damage off that. So he's going to jump over here. We're going to kill him. Not a great beast fight, or tusk fight, but it was still fine. What can go wrong is at the start of the fight, if you throw headbutt and he ducks, he just gets to completely avoid what you're doing, and then you go in the lava, and then he has board dominance, and it's just bad. It's really, really bad. I've died several times in that fight before. Moving on to the next stage, which looks like a 16-bit rendition of Hardman from Mega Man 3. Right down to all the rocks. We're gonna dash our way through here. It's just a basic corridor. Yeah, I had some bad timing there. No big deal. No big deal. Ah, a little too close there. This is where it really counts.
Nice.
Okay. And we're gonna have this horrible knife guy fight, which Beast hates fighting these guys.
Multiple cell 19s. All right.
Oh, hey, good knife guys.
Good job.
Oh, I didn't even notice the numbers were all the same. Minor climb here. Beast can cling to ceilings, as you've been seeing, which gives him quite a good advantage in trying to get up here. Now, this fight with Apocalypse comes down to whether or not we can get a 1 cycle. We're going to try it. It's not frame perfect, but it's pretty tough. Didn't get it. Didn't get it on the rebound either. Okay.
All right.
Good RNG on the teleports, at least.
Right.
If you can land that last punch that I missed, you can fall and just do a 2-hit headbutt and he's dead. It's incredibly strong, but it's also really hard. Couple training room fights here. You guys aren't getting to see much of the story, but basically what happened is we infiltrated Genosha, we took down Apocalypse, who was doing some harebrained scheme like he always does, and then Magneto reveals himself as the true mastermind. Now we have to go deal with him, but first we're going into a couple of Danger Root simulations to fight Omega Red first, and then another boss right after this. There's not much to this fight, you just have to... What I do is I hang out on the left side to try to get him to force spawn on the left side. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's basically a coin flip. If he spawns right in front of you, then that's exactly what you want. It's best luck possible. Just dance around here a little bit. And now for the one where you really, really want good manipulation, we have the Juggernaut, who has a quick kill associated with him that requires... It's kind of hard to explain, but after 3 reps of the jump punches, you have to crouch. And you have to be crouching on the frame when he'd attack you. So we'll get to that here in just a moment. Got it.
Got it.
Cool.
Awesome.
If you're crouching on the exact frame where he would be attacking you, he goes for a grab and you can just jump to avoid it. The other option is he uppercuts you. So if he catches you in midair and you're not ducking, then you get hit and you lose time. Alright, the final 2 stages, which is RNG held to the max. Here we have Avalon. And the biggest problem we have here are these acolytes that appear and just basically do nothing but troll you. Like, they can just do that and get away with a hit that would be trying to be utilized for movement. And they can do crap like this, and that's bad. Not terrible, just not good. We're hanging up here. Not great, but I'll take it. For a mid-boss, here we have Exodus, who we only have to take to half health, but we can kill him off of 1 landing, which we'll do right here. Okay, got him. You really want to get him on the first cycle, but it's kind of tough. It basically requires you to be able to turn on a dime. Not super great at it myself, but I've been able to do it a few times. Always go for it, though. So here you have the option of going high or low circuit. You have to put up with the same RNG no matter what. These guys are just going to always be there. These guys are jerks. Actually, pretty minimal lack of cooperation there. That was good. It is possible to get a quick kill on this boss, but it requires pretty good luck. Oh, cool, got it.
That was awesome. That one, yeah.
Takes 11 of those head stomps, and you want to be, like, on it. But those bolts can interfere, and things get bad. You don't want that. On to Magneto. Biggest jerk of a final boss of all time. Everything's random. Everything's miserable. Hopefully he's going to... Oh, he did construction zone. That's not good. Okay, so we got a free pass up there. That's unfortunate. Just combo him like that. It's the most damage you can deal to him. Seeing a minimum of shield dance here, which I expected there.
Man.
This is the most annoying attack. He just floats around. He's completely invincible. You can't do anything about it. You just have to wait for him to stop. What I'll do sometimes is I'll do that crouch jab to try to get him to attack me. Sometimes it works. Didn't work that time. He's not having it at the moment. That sucks. We'll be able to invincible through this, though, so that's fine. Okay. Off we go. Come on, guy. It's a marathon. We're trying to have fun here. Any more time for donations? We're about done here.
No donations.
Fair enough. We're going to be ready to call time, though. It's the last hit on Magneto's time.
Yeah.
Time.
All right.
Woo!
Sub 18 in a marathon. Wow.
That's awesome, man.
That's pretty incredible. Solid run. For perspective, about 6 months ago, the world record of this game was 1854, I think. Like, it was a high 1850s, set by Molotov, who held the record for, like, a long time, like 3 years. And then through work between myself, Stunt Coyote, now a former world record holder, and Noble Boy, the current world record holder, we've worked out these just all kinds of manipulation to get through that. Like, the Juggernaut quick kill was this